YouTube, today we're going to be trying out a regional winning team. Dusclops plus Eternatus ended up getting top 8 and first place at the most recent Taiwan Regional Championship with events coming back. Let's see how it's going to go, but if you do want to try out the team for yourself, there is the code right here you can try out, and there is a paste pin available in the description down below, and you can check out the creator too. Leave a like down below, leave a comment down below if you do enjoy the videos, but let's get started with today's episode. Hey, are y'all subscribed to the channel? About 50% of you who watch my videos aren't subscribed to the channel. If you would like to see more cool teams this month, make sure you do so. Thank you. All right, we have Calyrex, Shadow Rider, the Grimmsnarl, Landorus Fairy, Zapdos, Tapu Lele, and Porygon 2. Oh boy, the Eternatus does not look like it likes this matchup whatsoever. Assault-Vest Incineroar does though. They don't have the best Incineroar answers. Their best Incineroar answer is the Landorus Fairy. Otherwise, they really can't do much to my Assault Vest Incineroars. So I do want to go. The problem is the way I set up Trick Room, it's really bad against this team. It's really bad against this team. I think Incineroar plus Glass is actually the call here. Like, forego Trick Room, just Hailstorm immediately. And I think that is probably the play here because Calyrex just seems really bad against. Like, I have a really tough time against the Calyrex here, I think. And then back Pokemon, I'm thinking Clops actually with the Araquanid. Yeah, I do like Clops and Araquanid, I think, here. And the main reason is I don't think Eternatus does that much. I Sludge Bomb for a chip, but if it's Eerie Impulse Porygon 2, I can't really do much to it regardless. I think having the Clops is nice here. The reason I think having Clops is nice because if I am able to position myself correctly to where I'm not really fearing the Calyrex, I think it's good to have the Clops as I switch into Max Quake as well from the Landorus, as well as like a way to sub Trick Room potentially, which I think is probably my best way to sub Trick Room here. And then I think Araquanid just for that wide guard support, because if they max the the Landorus, which I think they are going to in this game, then I could wide guard to prevent the Astral Barrage from hitting my Clops to sub Trick Room, because their team's really weak to Trick Room other than Porygon 2, and Porygon 2 is not really that much of a threat to me. So let's figure out what they're gonna do here. It's gonna be Landorus plus Calyrex, it looks like. Yep. No surprise whatsoever. They do gotta fear though. They do gotta fear the Glastrier and Incineroar lead. Now I could Hailstorm immediately. It's not a bad play. I can Hailstorm here. I think I want to go Araquanid here. Man, this is an interesting position. This is an interesting position. I have no idea what the Landorus does, but I do think it doesn't want to stay in here. It's weird because if they don't attack with Landorus, their chances of dealing damage to Incineroar Grim, so I think they do have to preserve it. And then I don't know what the Calyrex does because Incineroar is threatening a lot of damage into that slot as well. So I think I want to max Quake here and go out into Araquanid. I'm just not too sure because I could just draw off Icicle Crash. I don't think it's that bad of a play here. They don't have a really good switch to it. I just don't know if Calyrex protects or not, but I do want I do need Glastrier pretty healthy to deal with these Pokemon. So you know what? I'm gonna max Quake here and I'm gonna go out into my Araquanid. We do see the swap here and it makes sense. In the Porygon makes sense. Is there probably their sponge up right here for a lot of my attacks here. So we are gonna see the Porygon 2. All right, I don't mind Porygon 2. There should be expanding force on the Calyrex. I don't think they could have Zapdos in the back. I don't think they're gonna bring it out right away though. I am gonna Dynamax the Glastrier. Let's do it right away here and figure out what they're gonna do. Having the special defense boost on both of these Pokemon is really nice here. I do gotta save Glastrier healthy or have Trick Room up at least in order to deal with the Landorus stuff. So let's find out what they decide to do with the Calyrex. Could be sub, could be protect. It's just gonna be substitute. Yep. Okay, could have doubled up in that slot, but if they max Quake there, would have been really bad, especially if they were Life Orb. I'll definitely take this turn. No, we will get a max Quake off into the Calyrex, and yeah, special defense boost. This Calyrex shouldn't do too much damage to my Pokemon. These Pokemon have really good natural special defense, especially Araquanid. Araquanid has a really high special defense, and so does Glastrier. Its bulk is absolutely insane. So I think I want to try to sub up here, and I'm gonna max Quake the Calyrex. If it's sub, it should be Astral Barrage, Expanding Force, Protect with Tapu Lele, right? So I do want to max Quake here. They shouldn't go Landorus because if I catch it with Liquidation, they get absolutely screwed here. I could see Ally switch from Porygon 2 though. That's definitely a potential option here. If they protect Calyrex, that's fine. I don't think you want to swap yet. Oh, we're gonna see the Porygon swap into. I'm really surprised you risked the Landorus. I really am. I don't think the Intimidate's worth risking the only Incineroar answer you have, but okay. Let's see what the Calyrex. Oh, they Dynamax the Calyrex? Interesting. So I don't know if this is the play here, but all right. So what is this? Max Phantasm into a slot? I mean, I don't really mind this because I'm boosting up my special defense. Although the Landers is a little bit concerning, I should be fine for the most part. Max Phantasm should be in Araquanid. No, it's in the glass. Okay, so I get a free sub up with my Araquanid. That's pretty good. Free sub up is always nice. All right. And a substitute right here. I almost went for a liquidation into the Porygon slot with just a Quake into Porygon as well, but I think this works out better. So I am going to be able to get a max Quake off because I was expecting Ally Switch personally, but we do see the max Quake into the Calyrex. We do have another layer of special defense on deck now. And yeah, it's going to be really hard for them to break through right now, these Pokemon with the Calyrex, but they do have a decent hedge right here with the defense drops on my team. So what I want to do here, I could Rock Slide and Hailstorm. That's not a bad play. They might try to break my sub though. I don't need any more special defense boosts. I feel like for the most part, I think my best play is to just Hailstorm attempt a Lander since they don't run protect usually. I think they're gonna fly here, but we'll see. They might just attempt a Rock Slide and Max Phantasm the Araquanid. So let's find out here. Gonna be the Phantasm into the glass again. Okay, doesn't do too much. We're still good on that part. Let's see what the Landers does. Is it fly? If it's fly, this will be an interesting. It is fly. Okay, could have called that. I could have like doubled into the other slot. Now it gets a little bit awkward because now they can double into a Araquanid. Do I care if a Araquanid goes down? Not really. I'm pretty sure Phantasm should knock out my sub though. I'd be very shocked if it doesn't. But now we double up the Landers. And if we get a Landers, my Incineroar is looking really good in this game overall. So I don't think I really mind this. So just going to double up into the Landers slot with Liquidation plus Icicle Crash. Let's see. We're +2 behind the sub. Actually, does the max move even KO Araquanid? I don't know. Or behind the sub. Let's see. Phantasm into glass. Okay, we're going to live this. Really nice. Okay. So another defense drop. Who did you target with Landers though? Gonna be fly into which slot? Into the Araquanid sub. Okay, perfect. That's completely fine by me. So the sub is gonna fade. I am gonna be able to get a Liquidation off. If this doesn't KO, hopefully Icicle Crash does. So Liquidation in the Landers. Very good damage. Do we hit? The Icicle Crash. Defense drop might matter for fake out if I miss, but luckily that's not gonna be the case. Perfect. So able to get the Icicle Crash off into the Landers, and that was just 3 turns of Max Phantasm right into my team. Yeah, it was. So I can collect Wide Guard with a Araquanid for like just to wall this Calyrex. So whatever's in the back really needs to be really good against the rest of my mons, I guess. I don't know what they have though. It's gonna be Porygon? No, Tapu Lele. Okay. So this thing has Psyshock, so that is a reason to be concerned here. I'd probably just go Incineroar and protect my Araquanid. I just want to scout for the Psyshock just to make sure. Now they're in a really rough spot. If they Moonblast read me, it's not too bad. Oh, they could sub up at here, I guess. Ooh, they could sub up here. Sub would be a little bit awkward, but it really depends on the Lele set. Are you Psyshock or are you not? Because if you're Psyshock, then yes, I am forced to switch to Araquanid. But if it's not Psyshock, I could stay in with Araquanid, no problem. I have +2 Spadef. I'm only risking a crit, which of course we've already seen on this channel. I might even just sack Glastrier the next turn, because I don't need... Glastrier is nice to just deal damage to Porygon, because I gotta keep one mana alive to deal damage to Porygon, because if I don't have damage against Porygon, it's actually really awkward that Clops gets walled by the Porygon set, because I don't have Pain Splits. So let's see here. We do protect the Araquanid here. Let's find out. Do you have Psyshock? It is substitute. Yeah, I was a little bit worried about that. Let's find out what the Lele is going for. It is Psyshock. Yeah, okay. According to expectations, that's fine. Ooh, I'm really not that worried about Calyrex for the most part, but I am going to go out into my Glastrier Sacket here. And I'm going to go for Snarl. Oh, I have Snarl on this team. Okay, we don't care about sub. Okay, we can just go for Snarl. I didn't... Oh, I forgot we had Snarl. I thought we had Lariat for some reason because I'm used to... I've used to running Lariat recently, but okay, perfect. Actually, I think I ran Snarl on the other tees, but I've been playing a lot with the Snarl and Incineroar lately, so sub is completely useless. That's perfect. That is perfect. Okay. So we do see Psyshock come out into the glass. Glass is going to go down to this. Completely fine. Completely okay. And we're able to get a Snarl off into the Tapu Lele. I wonder what item the Tapu Lele is. I've seen Focus Sash. I've seen Choice Specs. We've obviously seen that's not Choice Scarf. So, all right. Unless this is a really slow Scarf Lele. And now we can go out into Araquanid once again. And just click Protect and Snarl again. Don't see a reason not to. Soggy Terrain is also going to be ending soonish. Soonish. I think 2? No, 3. Okay. Never mind. We'll just Protect you though and we'll click Snarl. They probably switch into Porygon and I have no clue. Oh, they're going to stay in. All right. Are they going to pray for crits onto Incineroar? Like Mud? They don't have Mud Shot. Yeah, it's Astral Barrage. Okay, they do have to chip Incineroar because they just don't have a way to damage Incineroar. So Astral Barrage is going to come out into my Mon, and I mean, that's a Salvest Incineroar for you. One of the best Calyrex answers. Psyshock comes out into the Araquanid and Snarl here. Do we connect? We do land. Perfect. Perfect. We knock out the Calyrex through the Protect, or yeah. From that range, I'm actually a little bit surprised, but beautiful. Absolutely beautiful right there. And now I think this is probably the game at this point. I'm probably just going to keep clicking Snarl here because I don't know what the Porygon moveset is, but I do want to click Snarl here and probably just get Dusclops in very safely. And then I should be able to win the game based off that. So this should be getting a physical attack boost. It definitely should be getting a special attack. Yeah, okay. And now we go to the Dusclops here because Dusclops really isn't necessary at all for the rest of the game. We're going to click Snarl here, lower that damage output of Porygon, and then I guess Helping Hand Flare Blitz Tapu Lele the following turn, and then Araquanid should be able to beat the Porygon too. That's basically the goal here. So yeah, really nice. Even though we didn't need to restrict this, Araquanid actually putting in a ton of work against this team. Araquanid was a really big threat, and last year, even outside of Trick Room, the thing is so bulky. Did you see how well we just took those max attacks from the Calyrex Shadow Rider? This Pokemon's absolutely insane with Dynamax. Oh, it is specs on the top layer. Okay, we confirm it. Psyshock gonna come out into the Clops. This is like -2, so yeah, it does very pitiful damage. We get a Snarl off, and yeah, you're still gonna be doing more pitiful damage unless you crit, of course. If you crit, it would have been completely fine. Try attack gonna come out. Okay, you have status chances. Freeze doesn't change anything because I Flare Blitz next turn. Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. But we'll go for Helping Hand here. We'll go for Flare Blitz into the Tapu Lele slot. If we get rid of Tapu Lele, we don't have to worry about them critting my Araquanid as a win con, and then only BS into my Araquanid Porygon to try attack should be the only thing, because crit will knock me out there. So we are going to see the Psyshock into the Dusclops. As you just see, doesn't do anything. No ally switch here to protect the Tapu Lele, so the Tapu Lele is going down, and yeah, it's looking really bad for the Porygon right here. It's looking really bad. So is my Araquanid min speed? I don't know what the speed sound of Araquanid is. I'll double check. Okay, terrain disappears back to normal, and if my Araquanid slowed in Porygon 2, my play is the Trick Room here. And yeah, my play is the Trick Room here. So no, well, looks like we're adamant neutral. So I think we just Helping Hand here with Claws for sure, and probably just Snarl here. I don't think I need to damage in a Porygon. The battle's gonna be forfeit anyway, because yeah, they can't really beat the Clops, and they need so many turns to beat a Araquanid, and they don't have it, and they're really not doing much damage to me overall. Just trying to set for the Araquanid in game. But yeah, that was really nice. The Trick Room mode, I think, just ended up really working out. And well, we'd even need the Trick Room, but that just shows how strong Glastrier is. Incineroar is a really big pain if you don't handle the Incineroar, and that team was extremely weak to Incineroar without the Landers. So once I was able to eliminate Landers, I was in a really good spot. And this Araquanid set, the Substitute, and the liquidation chip was really big right there. And even let's say that Glastrier missed the attack, I could probably try to get in Clops and then wide guard, and then I'd been completely safe, I think, to get a Trick Room up and be in a really strong position where Araquanid would be able to do a good amount of damage with liquidation to the rest of the team. If you currently enjoyed the content you're watching and want to see more of it, make sure you check out my other YouTube channels, my second YouTube channel, my Eclipse channel, and of course make sure you follow the action live on my Twitch channel. All links available in the description down below. All right, we got Blastoise Zacian team. Okay, pretty standard Zacian Blastoise Landis variant. The Thunderous incarnate form we have Incineroar and Rillaboom. So one of the things about this team is Thunderous is just such an annoying Pokemon. Most likely it's going to be defined on this team. That's what they generally are. But there are some variants that do run the Defiant Thunderous, and then it's just a really bad mind game situation right there. So that could be a little bit annoying. Overall, Glastrier does really well under Trick Room, of course. There are 3 ice weaknesses. I don't think you're bringing Rillaboom against my team, though. I just don't really see it. I do want to go Trick Room mode here. I just don't know what I really want to bring. Probably Eternatus is definitely coming. Incineroar is definitely going to be brought here. And then I don't know if I want Clops. Clops isn't bad. Glastrier seems pretty solid. I don't know if they're going to go to Blastoise mode, because I think they might Dynamax Landis, and if you Dynamax Landis, you just don't bring Blastoise usually. So that's what I'm going to assume here. I'm going to go Dusclops, and I think Incineroar. I think Incineroar is probably my best lead with Eternatus and Glastrier in the back. The reason I'm leading the Glastrier is because if they lead Thunderous for the Eerie Impulse, it's really annoying against my team, because Eerie Impulse Thunderous actually makes this game a lot difficult, because a lot of the ways I really want to do damage to their team is going to be through special attacks, specifically going to be the Eternatus and the Regieleki, if I brought the Regieleki. But yeah, so I am going to bring Glastrier and try to eliminate the Thunderous. I think that is the best way I can approach this game. Let's find out how this is going to go, though, as we see the Marnie. We got Incineroar and the Thunderous. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good, assuming that this is not Defiant. I have to risk Defiant here, so let's see. We are going to see an Intimidate from the Incineroar here. Their Incineroar is faster. Let's see. Are you Defiant? Because this is really big if you are Defiant. Although I think it should be okay for the most part. Okay, nice. It is support on the Thunderous. Okay. So I don't know if they run Taunt. I know they run Eerie Impulse. I feel like they run Rain Dance on this team. This seems really weak to Charizard, Life Orb Charizard. Like it really is without Rain Dance. So I think it has Rain Dance. And then the last move, it could be Taunt or Thunder Wave. So I'm not sure which one it is going to be. I think my best play is just to Nightshade the Thunderous and go for the U-turn here into the Incineroar and scout for a taunt potentially. And if there is a taunt on the team, I don't really lose too much. So I think I'm going to go in Incineroar is fine. They do have taunt. Okay, really nice. Really nice. Okay. So that is completely fine. We are going to be able to get a Nightshade off into the Thunderous. So a little bit of extra chip is really cool. Maybe I could have preferred it into the Incineroar, since Incineroar is actually a little bit of an annoying Pokemon to do damage to, but I think this turn I could just go out into my Eternatus here, as they're probably just going to click T-Bolt right here for chip, and Incineroar is probably just going to Parting Shot out. So I do want to U-turn out the Incineroar, since they don't usually run Protect here, and I might as well get that chip on whatever's coming in. I also get to reset the taunt right here on my Dusclops without taking that much damage. So we are going to bring out the Eternatus here. Let's see what they decide to opt for. It can be Thunder Wave. Okay, so they Thunder Wave my Clops just so I am less likely to move. That was definitely an option. I was worried that they would start trying to chip away the Clops immediately, but it's not too big of a deal. I think the Thunder Wave might even help me in this situation. It really depends on their EV spread on the Zacian, because if their Zacian is fast, it didn't really matter too much, I feel like. Although I do underspeed the Thunderous, I do underspeed the Landers if they have it. If they bring in Landers, we're okay, I think. They bring in Zacian though. Okay. So I'm able to bring out the... Ooh, all right. All right, Thunder Wave is a little bit annoying in just a factor. It can make me not be able to attack. We do get the U-turn off in the Zacian, so now... I do want to go Clops here. I don't want to bring in Glastrier, of course, against the Zacian. That would be really bad here. Now, the question is what do I want to do here? Now, I could switch out either Pokemon into Incineroar right here. Citrus Berry is revealed on the Clops. Okay. So I kind of want to go in Incineroar for the Clop slot. It catches a taunt. The thing is, do they read that? If they read that, it's a little bit annoying, but Let's go for the Flamethrower and a Zacian. I do need to chip in the Zacian because that Zacian's a little bit threatening, and I'm gonna go an Incineroar right here. I don't know, because I think they could Sacred Sword Read. They might try to substitute, which I think is completely fine. If they substitute, that's completely okay. This is a weird spot because I think I could realistically switch out either Pokemon for the Incineroar, and they have to try to call it. We're gonna see Incineroar on their side. Okay, that's fine. That's actually, oh, that means I could have went Incineroar for the Zacian. For the Eternatus slot, I could have Nightshaded this turn and then Trick Roomed up the following turn, but still not too bad of a situation. We are going to be able to get a Intimidate off now. The question is, do we get an attack off? If they protect, it doesn't change anything, but if they do attack or get a substitute up, I do want the hit off. So we already see substitute. Can we please land the Flamethrower? Please Eternatus. So I don't want them to have the free sub up. Nice. We are able to get the free Flamethrower off. Beautiful. So free Flamethrower into the Zacian slot is great here, as we are going to have basically the Zacian not behind a sub, which means I can Intimidate once again, because I'm probably just going to switch out Dusclops for the Incineroar slot, and I'm going to go out into my Dusclops. Now, I don't know if they're going to fake out, if they're going to Parting Shot here, but I think just getting Clops is my best play. I think Parting Shot's more likely here than fake out realistically, and maybe Zacian retreats here to get the attack boost again later on, because I don't think they pick up a knockout here unless they have close combat and target the Incineroar. Otherwise they need crits, so I feel like it's not worth it, and they've already taken some chips, so Flamethrower gonna be pretty close to a knockout. I think I'm gonna barely, I don't know, I am max special attack on the Eternatus, so maybe depends on the Zacian spread, I think, but we will bring out our Clops once again. It is really annoying for, I think, my opponent to actually hit the Clops. We do see the Eye of Papa Berry on the Incineroar. I don't remember if I confirmed that earlier. We probably did, but I forgot. But we do see the Protect here, and I get paralyzed. Okay, I'm faster than the Incineroar. Okay, good note. Parting Shot is going to come out into the Eternatus. That's fine. This is probably going to be Thunderous once again. And if it's Thunderous again, I could just Nightshade the Zacian slot and switch out the Eternatus here. I think would be probably a very safe play. I could also even just draw off a Flamethrower and a Nightshade into the Zacian slot. So right now, I think I am getting some really nice offensive momentum right here, and that's pretty good here, as we are going to see the Thunderous reveal itself once again. So they just don't have the best ways to break through the Clops right now, and that is really beautiful. We're going to go in Incineroar once again, and we are going to go for the Nightshade into the Zacian slot. Some chip in the Zacian. It does break a substitute guaranteed, which is really nice, and if they switch in Incineroar, perfectly fine. As if they switch in Incineroar, we get Intimidate off into Incineroar based on the switching order, as well as the Nightshade chip, which is great here. Now, I am a little bit worried about my Clops taking a bit too much damage through Thunderbolt chip from the Thunder specifically, but overall we should be okay. They don't switch out. Okay, so we are going to go out into our Incineroar slot. I don't know what they're going for then. Behemoth Blade could be a thing. They might try to substitute again. I'm not really too sure they would try to substitute again. That'd be okay. We're going to see Taunt. Okay, perfectly fine. I am going to be able to get a Nightshade off right here into the Zacian, and they did go for sub again, which is really nice. Okay, so this is pretty good for me. I'm just able to throw off these Nightshades consistently into the Zacian, and we already got rid of its half its HP. The Zacian's at -1 physical attack, which is really nice because we got 2 Intimidates off. We're playing this really well here. Now, got to keep up the offensive momentum right here. So right here, the Clops is taunted. I can U-turn back into Eternatus, I think, and that's probably my safest play, because I don't want Clops to take, again, too much damage right here, and I think it is the optimal play. I'm going to U-turn the Thunder since they don't usually run Protect, and this one shouldn't. So yeah, we are going to bring out the Eternatus here. I think Zacian probably swaps out here. Yep, probably into Incineroar. Or Landis. Okay, we get to reveal the last Pokemon. Ooh, I can bring out the Glastrier instead. Oh, I can bring out Glastrier, which is actually a really nice thing here, because I can finally get some offensive pressure against this entire team. So we are going to bring out our Eternatus here, and I can U-turn out into Glast, which seems really solid here. Let's see what they decide to go for. Probably just T-Bolt chip. Yep, T-Bolt going to come out into the Incineroar slot. Makes sense. They want to get rid of this Fake Out and this Intimidate that's slowing them down. We will U-turn out the Thunderous, and we will go out into our Glastrier. So this is pretty nice, but the thing is, they do have very viable swaps, of course. So we are going to bring out our Glastrier here, because it's in a really good offensive position. And I could try to catch something with a high horsepower, and I do like the idea of trying to snipe a switch with the high horsepower. Now, the question is, who do I target here with the high horsepower? Am I targeting the Thunders or am I targeting the Landers? Because I could definitely see either one. I'm really liking the idea of high horsepowering into the Thunders slot because I think you would want to keep... I think Incineroar... I mean, you might double swap here too, so it might not matter. I don't think you want to lose Landers in this position. It can max here though and Quake, which is a little bit annoying. But I am going to swap out here and go Incineroar, I think. I think it's my best play. I do. I don't think you should double stay in with both. Okay, nice. We do see the Thunders switch. This is Incineroar, so I do get some nice high horsepower damage into the Incineroar slot. But did the Landers stay in? So I'm a little bit worried if they max here. But actually, I'm not that worried actually now that I think about it. Because I think this position is still really good. Because I get in my Incineroar. If they max Quake, that's fine. I'm a little bit worried though if they decide to Sword Stance right here. But that's against the... Glastrier. Yeah. Oh, they did Sword Stance. Okay, I could have got the knockout into that. All right. That's fine. That's fine. I'm able to get a high horsepower off into the Incineroar slot for some decent chip. And the Landers is at +1. So, I'm thinking of just going for the max Hailstorm into the Landers slot this turn. This could be max guard here, and I think Incineroar swaps. That's my guess right here. And I don't know if they would go into they would have to go into Zacian if they do that though. So I think my place is just Flare Blitz the Incineroar slot. Because we saw that my Incineroar was slower. You know what? I want to go for it. If they max guard, that's fine. If they just attack, I get rid of the Landers. That's a huge knockout I have there because it allows me... Because it's mainly their main damage dealer, I think, right now. So let's see. They do Dynamax the Landers. This is either max guard coming out or this is going to be... I'd say Rockfall. They could Quake by Incineroar for the knockout, which I think is respectable too. We'll find out though. It's going to be the Glastrier Dynamax as well. This is a really crucial turn here. It also could be Flare Blitz Protect. And then at this point, I just got to hope that with the Intimidate off in Incineroar and the Landers, I just got to hope I live 2 Flare Blitz into a Rockfall at +1. So we'll see. We'll see. Glastrier is an extremely bulky Pokemon though, so I wouldn't be surprised if it does survive it. We're gonna see. Nice. Max Quake coming out. Okay. If it's Max Quake, I think losing the Incineroar, it's not too bad. I don't think it's too bad here. We'll see though. This could be a mistake too. This could have been a mistake. Maybe I should have faked out the Incineroar because this is still probably parting shot. Yeah. Do I still knock out the Landers at -2? I feel like with Max, that's actually very, very questionable here. And yes, this could be really bad potentially. We'll find out though. If we do knock out the Landers, we're in such a good spot though. Let's find out. This should be... I don't know if they go Thundurus or if they go Zacian here. If they go Zacian, they would probably lose the game. So I think they have to go Thundurus right here. Yeah, they would have to go Thundurus right here. Because if I Quake the Zacian, I don't see how you're going to get rid of the Glastrier in time. So we're going to get a Hailstorm off into the Landers. Ooh, just barely missing the knockout. Like, barely missing that knockout. Okay. And that's all right for the most part. How much hail damage are you taking? Okay, I think you're going to live the next turn of hail, which is a little bit unfortunate for me. Clop should live always 1 attack from the Landorus. It should. I don't know if I lived a double up. I think I do. Oh, Lum Berry on the Landorus. Okay, cool. So there are quite a few options here. I kind of... Oh, there's like a lot I want to do here. I want to double... Ooh, this is tricky because I kind of want to go for a Trick Room here, but I have no idea if the Thunder stays in the taunt or nah. That's a big question too. So I think a fine place to knuckle the Landorus and attempt to Trick Room up. Yeah, because I get rid of the Landorus if it stays in, and I also get the attack boost, which is really nice. And if they don't, I think we're fine as well. They do max guard. Okay. Oh, is this max guard taunt? Good play on their part. Yeah, this makes sense. Actually, I'm okay with this. I am okay with this. I went for the knuckle attempt. I was worried they would Rockfall to get rid of the hail damage because I don't think max Quake or max Airstream would knock out. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Because now I think my position here is to Hailstorm the Thundurus slot and just Nightshade the Thundurus slot as well. I'm able to pick up a knockout to the Thundurus slot guaranteed. I might get rid of both of these Pokemon. That's probably my guess here. They could also swap out an Incineroar, and I think that's fine too, because at least I get the max Hailstorm off to get the hail up to knock out the Landers, because this will be Landers' last attack here for sure in this position. So let's find out what they do here. Good taunt max guard play though. I think I'm fine with that though. I really do think I'm okay with that. Let's see. It could be really bad still. It really just depends on, I think it's going to come down to, do I get paired or not? We're going to see max Quake off into, this is going to be into the Clops, okay? So Clops is able to live that. I might live T-Bolt. I don't know if I'm going to live hail damage afterward. I think it'd be better for me not to live the hail damage actually, because I would prefer to free switch into the... Oh no, I am probably going to survive and I get paralyzed. I mean, it's not going to matter this turn. It might matter for the next turn though. So we will go for the Hailstorm into the Thundurus. The Thundurus goes down, okay. And Landers is going down to Hail. We do get another boost. Shouldn't really change too much. I think it's going to come down to my Eternatus right here, as Nightshade going to finish off the Landers anyway. So we were okay there. I think that spot was still better than if I targeted the Thundurus the last turn, because if I targeted the Thundurus the last turn, Zacian came in next to Dusclops, and I think that would be, or next to Landers, and it would still been a really bad offensive position, I think. So I'm not too sure there. I think this is probably my best spot right here though. We're going to see the Zacian come in, as well as the Incineroar. It's going to come down to Eternatus, I think. I need to get the Zacian call right, and I need to get a Flamethrower off into the... I need to get a Flamethrower off correctly into the Incineroar. So this is going to be a really complicated one. It's going to come down to, are you going to sub here, or are you going to Behemoth Blade? Now, they don't know my item on the Glastrier unless they know the team. So I think I'm going to just attempt to go for the Nightshade into the Zacian and hope that they're just going to go for Behemoth Blade here and another thing. So we will just protect a Glast. Okay. Fake out gonna come out in the glass. It makes sense. What are you doing with the Zacian? Behemoth Blade into Clops. Okay, yeah, that's fine too. That's absolutely fine. So Clops is gonna go down. That was into range of expectation. Oh, it's just really gonna come down to my Eternatus here. It's really just gonna come down to Eternatus here. I am faster than the Incineroar. We saw that from the previous turn, unless we speed tie. I was just about to say, we activate Citrus Berry. Could have been annoying. Oh wait, no, it's not Citrus, it's Papa Berry. We already confirmed that earlier. So I think my best play is just to Dynamax Cannon the Incineroar slot, and it's awkward, right? Because they can't knock out the Eternatus without a crit with Zacian, most likely. So I don't know if they're gonna go for the crit. I think my best play is just a high horsepower the Zacian slot and Dynamax Cannon the Incineroar. This can have drawbacks though, because I don't know if they're going to Behemoth Blade right away or not. I don't know if they protect or not here in this situation, because I think they might try to rely on the full para, but they might also protect, expect me to double up the Zacian and then get chip damage, which is really bad for me, I think. So I think I have to go for the Dynamax Cannon and just hope I don't get unlucky. I think that's probably the way to go. Because if they protect Zacian and get chip into my Eternatus, I'm in a really rough spot. Okay, hold on. Eternatus, do attack here. Oh, now Incineroar gets chip damage into, or Snarl. Yeah. Well, I don't know if Snarl is it. I was more worried about like Flare Blitz or Darkest Lariat. Okay. Hail stops. That's... I can't tell if that's good or bad for me, because I don't know if that would put me in range of Behemoth Blade. We'll find out, I guess. Ooh, this is a really, really close of a game now. This is really, really close of a game now. That Snarl is really rough, though. I think I attempt to close combat the Incineroar slide, and I think I have to get this Flamethrower off into the Zacian. This also could just be Substitute right here to try stall out a little bit more, although I don't think that'd be likely. Behemoth Blade gonna come out. Okay. This should be out into... I don't know which slot, actually. It's going to be Eternatus. Okay, we should live this. Okay, we barely live. We need the Flamethrower off now, though. Okay, we do get the Flamethrower off. We need the KO, which it should, I think, at this range. Oh, it doesn't. Cellulant Snarl. No, you Flare Blitz instead. Who do you Flare Blitz? Glastrier? No, it's Eternatus. Wait, I can still win this, actually. I can still win this. I can still win this. You want to know how I can win this? I need a double protect. Actually, maybe I don't have to based on time. Are you kidding me? Was I -2? I thought I was -1. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. I was -2. God dang it. I needed to double up the Incineroar or not get parried that one turn. Now I can't even win based on timer because now they have 2 Pokemon. My hope was to get the knockout Incineroar and then time out the Zacian by maybe protecting it. And maybe if I had to go for a double protect right there. Man, close game. Close game. I think my logic was right for the most part in the end game. I think I was okay. Maybe there was some other plays that I could have made. I still think that turning the Landis Max Knuckle was correct even on the Max Guard. Was there a play of me switching out the Clops into Eternatus though? I don't think. No, that would make me take extra tail damage. And then even if I double back into Clops, I don't know. Do I say Clops for the end game? I don't think Clops in the end game is better than Eternatus. No, Eternatus was definitely better in the end game. And Clops, taking the damage of Clops, them taking the knockout was fine. Oh, I don't know. I think I just had to play through the pair right there. Unfortunate. And that is the show. Oh man, I have played a few games with this team, and Eternatus Dusclops Helping Hand Dynamax Cannon just does so much damage, especially to Dynamax Pokemon like Charizard and Landis Fairy, and it can do a lot of damage, even pick up the knockouts through the Dynamax. And I think it's a really nice combination. The Helping Hand makes Eternatus really threatening with the Flamethrower, the Dynamax Cannon. And yeah, it's able to put on a lot of pressure. I also really like Glastrier. It is just a dumb Pokemon to deal with Dynamax. But if you did enjoy today's video, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. And again, try out the team using the code available right here. But there is a paste available in the description down below. Thank you for tuning though. Have a great day, people. And until we bow again, I'll catch y'all later.